We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm Paramom USA, and you are at Lindy's Treehouse tonight on Thankful Thursday. Hello, everybody. Give big hearts, big hearts. Yeah, just like that. Just like that. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Doing good? Did y'all have a great day? Tell me what you've been up to all day. Scott Savage. Hi, Scotty. Mr. French Fry in the house. Scotty, how's that foot? I feel so bad. You won the socks, and then you broke your ankle. Did you get your Airhead socks? Anybody who jumps in the chat tonight, we always have a little trivia. I make you think, and if you guess the trivia answer, then you win these cool Airhead socks. Yes. Oh, good. Scott said he got his Airhead socks in the mail yesterday. Good. Congratulations, Scott. I'm glad that you can. Hopefully, you'll be able to enjoy them. Well, you can wear it on one foot anyway. And maybe just hang one on the side of your cast or whatever, on the side of your boot if they give you a boot. I hope you don't have to have surgery, Scott. Poor Scott broke his ankle. Yeah, that is so painful. That is like my worst nightmare, to break an ankle. That would be really, really bad. Really bad. But I want to say I'm Paramom USA. This is Lindy's Treehouse, and it's Thankful Thursday, and it's May 22nd already. We're already at the end of the month. I cannot believe it. This month is just flying by. I've got, hi, Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo's in the house. What's going on, Scooby Doo and Munchkin? Big hearts, big hearts. Happy pre-Memorial weekend. I hope you all going to have a great weekend. Scott says, I broke my tibula. Ugh. Gosh. So what are they going to do? They're going to have surgery or... yeah, Scooby said he would just use one sock twice. Scuba said you better go to Torchport. Weather isn't right at a lot of the time. Yeah, funny you should say that, Scuba, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be going this year. The weather looks really iffy. It's been super windy. I had planned on going, Saturday afternoon. I don't trust the weather. And I had planned on meeting up with a bunch of people, peeps. I was going to hang out with a bunch of peeps, but they're not going either. So what do you do, right? Because I don't want to just show up there and with my little chair and my cooler by myself. I know that sounds silly. My daughter-in-law was going to drop me off for the day. See, last year, at least Keith and Kat, I could hang with them. The years before, God bless Jade and Eric, I would hang out with them and Bonnie and Bonnie and Brian, but none of those people are going to be there this year. So I kind of had to change my plans, Scooby-Doo. I really didn't want to, but it's for the best. Because in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, if something happens to me and there's really nobody there, I mean, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I'm not making excuses, but if there's really nobody there in case something happens to me, it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good. Mr. Vegas, Tony's in the house. What's going on, Tony? Yeah, Tony, no, Jade and Eric aren't going. It would have been too much to take the camper and all that. Eric hasn't been feeling good lately, and I understand. And Bonnie and Brian, they're not going either because they thought that Jade and Eric were going to be there, and so, it's kind of a bummer. Yeah, it is. My son called me. My son Ryan called me and said, "Mom, you still going to go?" And you're still going to have Leslie take you and all that? And I said no. I just decided the weather, it's been super windy, and I'm looking at the weather report, and they're supposed to have rain till most of the morning. And who knows if the air, I don't know anything about this. Maybe you guys can tell me, but the air could be, might be really twitchy that night, because I would go up in the evening, before sunset. And it's only going to be like in the 50s, the high 50s, which is crazy. At Torchport, last year it was in the 80s easily. It was hot. I remember it was hot. I drank a lot of water. But I also, when I got there, my daughter-in-law dropped me off, and I hung out. I met a bunch of friends, new friends, and then I hung out with Keith and Kat for the day, and then Kat took me up, in the evening, towards the evening. So Angela says, Linda, do you have any update on how Eric's doing? Hi, Angela. Not really. I've seen them on Facebook, and he's lost a lot of weight. God bless you, Eric. I feel so bad that you have to go through that. It hurts me. It really does. Because you don't deserve it. Sorry if I get upset about it or whatever, but when I saw him, on Facebook, I'm glad he's got, that Jay and Eric have each other. And I know Deweese and Randy, they're visiting them right now. So I know they had a bunch of doctor's appointments today and everything. So it's a lot. It's a lot. As much as I wanted to see them this weekend, see them on Saturday. Gosh, yeah, it's hard. That's why, you never take your health for granted, as the saying goes. You just don't want to. Hi, Joe. Yeah, Joe, we were just talking about the Torchport flying on this weekend, and I was messaging with Joe today, and so we were really trying to decide to go or not, because I met Joe last year at Torchport. He lives in Indiana, but it was fun last year because I met a bunch of people, and I got to meet Keith and Kat in person, and and Brock, and it was all good. Joe Dell says winter has returned. Yeah, it has, Joe. It has. You almost get the same weather we do, maybe a little bit warmer, because I'm at the thumb part somewhere in here. Yeah, I would have loved to have gone, got back up in the air, don't get me wrong, but it's not worth the risk. And so, because who knows, I could sit, and you guys know, my parapets know that sometimes you can, sit there all day and then never go up in the evening, never towards the evening, the weather just changes like that, and then I probably wouldn't be able to get up in the air then I'd be really bummed out, spending the whole day there. So, so just for, safety too, because I don't want to be up in the air and all of a sudden the air gets twitchy, and you parapeeps know, and I'm sure Scooby-Doo knows, you think you're okay, and then you get up in the air, and then it changes on you. And the way the weather's been all week, it's been windy. And it's been windy. Torchport is only like an hour from me. Yeah. And believe me, if I had somebody to go with, and they had a nice camper and I could stay in the camper and whatnot, I definitely, it would have been nice. It'd have been really cool to go and just hang out there, but the reason being, yeah. So it's okay. It's okay. I'll go next year. Maybe it'll be different. I'll get back up in the air. I will. It's, like I told you, it changed my life being, going on my first tandem trike. And getting up in the air like I did. It was a huge accomplishment for me. It was a huge thing out of my comfort zone and everything. And it made a big impact on my life. And I really encourage anybody who's thinking about going, getting up in the air, you got to try it just once. You got to try it just once. Because either you're going to love it, you're going to hate it, And I got up there, and I remember you guys have heard my story 100 times. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I was just elated and speechless. Maybe speechless? What the heck? Bill H. Scooby-Doo says Bill H. is flying now. And Will Fly says hello to all my friends. And Tony, what's up, Will Fly? Thanks, chatters. If anybody's just jumping on and seeing what's going on tonight, I'm Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse tonight. And I'm here every Thursday night at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time. And we always have a great time. I made a bunch of notes today to talk about different things that I thought it'd be fun to. I got Miss Molly. She's laying on the desk with me. So I had to extend. I have a chair here with all my books and everything on it because Molly takes up half the desk. Miss Molly does. So what y'all been up to today? You guys can all tell me in the chat. Let me know what you've been up to. It's been a crazy week. Watching the news and everything. We got prisoners escaping. We got planes crashing again. That one in San Diego was actually the neighborhood in San Diego is where by the military base. Actually, Robert bought his first house there in that close by in that area, not on the base, obviously. Angela says, I still have my outfit, Scuba, from high school. Never in a million years would fit. Oh, my goodness. I don't know if I don't have any outfits left from high school. Sometimes I wish I did, I wonder if some would still fit me. I don't know. The bell bottoms, right? In the 70s. Yes. I graduated in 1973. When did you all graduate from high school? And Tony says, oh, we got to see that. Tony says, I got some video, but not much. Next video is by... So I'm trying to follow the chat, everybody. And so bear with me. Munchkin says, I'm addicted to pistachios. Class of 85. See, I'm the oldster here in the group. Yeah, I graduated in 1973. Munchkin, 94. Angela says, class of 85. Oh, my goodness. Most of you are still youngsters. You're all still youngsters. Holy moly. Yeah, but it's okay. It's just an age, I took a walk to, I dropped off my rent yesterday, which is like a couple blocks away. And then I walked over to the college. And because it was super windy, so I walked over to the college and I did almost 5 miles yesterday between doing my walk to drop my rent off and then up to the college and back. Yeah, it was 4.92 miles or whatever. So, so anyway, so change of plans. No, not going to go to church this year. I really don't trust the weather. And I hate to be sitting there all day, from afternoon till evening and not be able to go up. And then plus I don't want to be up in the air. And then, like I said, the air gets all twitchy and everything. So, I'm going to start out with, I've got my book here, and I'll read my little notes here. Scott says, I think I'm the youngest in the chat. Then Munchkin next. Yeah, you are, Scott. You're the baby. You're the baby in the family. Munchkin, Scuba is a cradle robber. Oh my gosh, you guys. Seriously, I need a co-host to read all these cool comments. I'm still like I'm trying to scroll, and class of 85 would have been 99. Okay. So yeah, so Scuba, you put a cool video too. That was a cool flying video you put on that we could watch. And Robert, he's been flying quite a bit lately too, and he's been doing some paramotoring. So my son Robert, and yeah, Tony, I know. Where's Kramer? I hardly hear from her anymore. You know, I check on her and everything. You know, I say good morning and all that stuff, but I don't hear from her that much. She stays pretty busy, and Thursdays is her day, you know, to help her family that she adopted, and then working and whatnot. So Angela says, was it like a virgin? Will Fly says, Angela, was it like a virgin? That song, like a virgin, kiss for the very first time. Yeah, I'm old, but I'm not that old. I remember that song. Yes. So I'm gonna read. I'm gonna start out with my book, okay, and then we'll get right into it tonight, and we'll be giving away, you know, my little goodies tonight if people guess the word of the night. The word of the night. Word of the night, I guess, something like that. I just want to say, welcome, chatters in the house. We got a bunch of people in the house tonight. My usual suspects in the house. Yes, I love y'all. I do. I'm so thankful for you that you're here on Thankful Thursday. And anybody who's just joining in, I'm Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse. And yeah, we talk about pretty much anything. So the theme tonight is, this is really funny. It popped in my head yesterday, and I'm like, okay, we'll just talk about different things about that. The theme tonight is trains, planes, automobiles. So we're going to do a little history on trains, planes, and automobiles. I thought that would be kind of fun. Keep it light, you know. Keep it kind of funny and get your opinion on different things. But let me start out with my first. Well, here, it just opened up. So I'll just read this one real quick. It's called Walk Barefoot. How many like to walk barefoot? I would walk barefoot a lot in the house, but great movie, fantasy, Scooby-Doo said. And Aldo Nova. I would walk barefoot in the house, but my cat would be attacking my feet. She doesn't even like my feet on the coffee table. If I put my feet on the coffee table, she tries to bite me. I went to Catholic, let's see, I'm going to follow here, see what it says. Gosh. I went to Catholic school, Will. We were good girls. I'm talking about the song 1985 by Bowling for Soup. Wow, now I am really old. Oh my goodness. Yes. Hit new comments. Okay. There we go. Life is just a fantasy. Can you live the fantasy life? Oh, there you go. Fantasy Island. Oh, that was a good movie. That was a good show. I remember watching that. I think it was on Fantasy Island. That was like on Friday nights, I believe. It was on Fridays. La plane. Yeah, I remember that. And so Molly is, she's getting all comfortable behind the computer here. So she doesn't knock my laptop on the table. Anyway, so this says walk barefoot. Feel the sand and the living grass between your toes, the warmth of the sun on the road. Connect with the earth. Feel its textures. Enliven your senses. Savor the freedom. Adopt the pace of nature. Her secret is patience. That's really good advice, right? Problem is, some of the places you put your feet in the grass and then the ants bite your feet. I remember when I used to go tailgating for the Arizona Cardinals, and we had, it was tailgating on the green, we called it. And I remember the girls, I always kept my shoes on because I knew And there was a lot of girls there that would run around in their bare feet and didn't realize there were ants in the grass. You know, those little ants, those tiny red ants. Yeah, they bite. So, yeah, so Scuba says that's the kind of M&M's tattoo like. The plane. That's right. And Tony says, is it wrong when you take your dog for a walk and you got to pee too? Oh, Lord. That's a vision. Angela says, Will, we had great music here. Springsteen, Madonna, Van Halen, and Prince. That's still great music. Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding? So I'm going to start out with news. I call it news to me. Okay, NEWS, news to me, because it's news to me. Okay, and I want to share it with you guys. News to me. That's kind of catchy, right? Tony Scott says, Tony peeing next to the dog. Are we? Yeah, I could see that happening. Will says, wake me up before you go. You guys are all on a roll here. You're going to start me to do karaoke. Wake me up before you go. I thought it was wake up before you go, girl. Not go. It's before, wake me up before you go, girl. Right? Wake me up before you go, girl. Come on, finish the rest of it. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. You guys, you girls. Oh man, I saw Wham in concert many times. Oh, I didn't see Wham. So here's the latest news to me, okay? On May 16th, 2025, an alligator made famous, Happy Gilmore, died at 80 years old in Colorado. Did you know that? Yeah, an alligator. I didn't know alligators could live that long. 80. The alligator died at 80 years old. It's like, holy moly. Based on his growth and that's how they could tell how old he was. On his growth and his tooth loss, they could tell how old he was. Isn't that crazy? That was crazy. Yeah. May 16th, an alligator made famous Happy Gilmore. He was in the movie Happy Gilmore. That wasn't his name. That's crazy, huh? Angela says, we were counting how many concerts we've been to. I've probably been to hundreds. My first concert was Kiss. I'm pretty sure it was Kiss. Scott says the alligator damn near got chubs. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's right, huh? That's funny. Yeah, there's so many good songs out there that I grew up with. And then the next one is, how do you say it? Buc-ee's or Busey's? How do you say it? Bucee, that famous store that everybody shops at. Because it says that they're gonna open up a bunch of new locations. Buc-ee's? Is it Buc-ee's? Busey's? Buc-ee's, right? Buc-ee's. Thank you, Will Fly. Thank you. Rush, that's a good concert too. And Scott said Def Leppard was my first concert. Yeah, I went to Kiss, and then who else did I see? I can see his face and everything. Who is it now? Do you feel like I do? Come on, do some trivia. Who sang that? Peter Frampton. Yeah, Peter Frampton. Do you feel like I do? Wonder if he's still alive, Peter Frampton. I went to that concert too. And then who else did I see in concert? George Strait. He's 80 years old now. George Strait is old enough to be my boyfriend, you know? And Tony says Ozzy at Alpine Valley, Wisconsin. Dang, Ozzy Osbourne. Anyway, they're building a bunch of new Buc-ee's, one in Mississippi, one in Brunswick, Georgia, and one in Virginia, Rockingham County, Virginia. Where's that at, Scooby-Doo or Munchkin? Where's Rockingham County, Virginia? But they're building, they're within the next year they're going to be building some more stores. Buc-ee's, yes. Yep, that's my news to me. And then we have, let's see, Tony says honeymoon suite at State Fair Park. Honeymoon suite, not close. Okay, all right. So what else? And then we had there's some intense flooding in Taree, Australia. And I don't know if that's close to Walter or not, but there's a lot of flooding right now in Australia. So, yeah, they had that plane crash in San Diego, and it was kind of in the old neighborhood where Robert, like not very far from where Robert used to live in San Diego by the base, the military base. It's really sad, really sad. Then the Jackson 5 and the Osmond brothers. And Scott says, I wouldn't go see Nugent if my life depended on it. The Osmond brothers. One bad apple don't kill the whole bunch, girl. Yes. And they call it puppy love. Right? Am I right? Osmonds? Puppy love? Yes. The other one I think was Michael Jackson. I sang that wasn't, they didn't sing that bad apple, I don't think. But anyway. Okay, so now I got some more news to me. All right, I'm going to read some more. I don't want to bore y'all, whatever. But you know how I do my thing every Thursday night, Thankful Thursday. Tony gets kicked from crowds, Scooby-Doo. Do you want to talk about the news? Some terrible, what? Wait, this is going so fast. My chat is like flying. Traveling in a fried out combo on a hippie trail, head full of zombies. Okay, let's see. And what else? Let me see. Ted's the Sledge. How come I'm looking at all the whatchamacallit. I'm looking at all of the comments here. And if I missed something, I missed it. Because, like I said, doing live streams is not for the faint at heart. I tell you what. It's crazy. But anyway, I keep it rock and rolling. So this is a funny one. This is a funny story. A Houston man is suing a Whataburger for nearly $1 million after he says they put onions on his hamburger and he's allergic to hamburger, okay? And he specifically told them not to put onions on his hamburger. And I don't get it. You know, they put it on his hamburger and he ate the hamburger anyway. And he had an allergic reaction. And he's suing a couple places for that, for putting stuff on his. Will Fly, is he allergic to hamburger? Maybe, yeah. But yeah, it said it was a true story. He did. He sued Whataburger for $1 million after he said they put onions on his hamburger, and he had a bad reaction to it. Tony said, came across a strange lady. She made me nervous, invited me in for Vegemite sandwich. Ew, that does not even sound good, Tony. Vegemite sandwich. Oh my God. Jeez. Let's see. Okay, so then that happened, right? And what else can we talk? Okay, so we're going to talk, trains and planes, automobiles too. But what about how many people have rode in? How many people have? Is it Uber stories? You call it Uber or is it Uber? Will Fly, Paramount USA, read out what I said, then read out what Tony Mara guessed the song. Okay, I have to go back in the chat. Okay. Invite me and guess the song. I don't know who it is. What's the song? What's the song? What's the song, Will Fly? Read out what I said and read out what Tony said. Guess. What song was it? It was probably something I never listened to. I don't know. From the Men Down Under. See? Say the two chats out loud. From the Men Down Under. You know, everything goes over my head. And I'm trying to keep looking in the looking at the chat. And it's making me crazy because I'm scrolling through here and let's see. Oh, Angela, I know I'm going back on the comments. Angela said, does it count if I saw Mamas and the Papas when I was in my mom's belly? Sure, that counts. Yeah. Not trying to trick you. That would be Land Down Under. Gosh, you know, I didn't see that movie either. But I know what movie you're talking about. But I didn't see that one. So tell me, we'll do some different stuff here because we're talking trains, planes, automobiles, or whatever. How many people, can you tell me about your Uber? Is it Uber or Uber? How do you say it? When I take an Uber, I call it an Uber. Is it, yeah, Men at Work. There you go. I should have, Men at Work. Oh my gosh. That's an older movie. Yeah, Men at Work. That's an older movie. Is it Uber? Uber? So do you pronounce the U? Uber? We're doing phonics here. Uber. Munchkin said, I met a strange lady. She made me nervous, took me in and made me breakfast. Get it right, Tony. You guys, this is all going over my head. This is really going over my head. I'm reading the chat now. I can see it. This had to be something like way before, like, you know, with the youngsters or whatever, because this kind of went over my head. But I could tell you some. I want to hear your stories. You got any Uber stories? Like when you rode, how many people have rode an Uber? It's a song, Linda. Okay. Munchkin said it's a song. I'm sure I'm going to have to listen to it, and then I'll pull the song up and I'll listen to it, and then I'll understand what the heck you guys are talking about, and then I can look really silly. Like they were trying to get you to say this. They were trying to get you to say this, Lindy. Traveling in a fried-out combi on a hippie trail, head full of zombies, met a strange lady. She made me nervous. She took me in and gave me breakfast. What? I don't remember that song. That's a song? Scuba says we took an Uber in Nashville. The driver was lost. It was trying to take her to the 5th floor of the hotel. Also makes sense for stray cats. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I could tell you. I want to hear some of your stories, and I'll tell you some of mine. Pretty crazy. Will Fly says, when you put it like that, Paramount USA, it doesn't sound like a song anymore. Well, because I don't know. I can't sing that. I mean, you can put some country songs in there and I might be able to, sing a few tunes or whatever. But some of the stuff, some of the stuff I don't remember. Yeah, in 2016, I was at work and I tripped and I fell at work. because I had the wrong boots on, whatever. I tripped and fell. My boot hit the corner of an A-frame. They have those A-frames in the stores or whatever. And it was right by, let's see, Tony says Scuba, they were trying to kidnap Munchkin and put her into sex trafficking. Oh my God. God, Tony, Mr. Vegas. Anyway, I fell, blah, blah, blah. I fell at work and I smacked my knee on the cement and I had to go to the urgent care through my work. And they ended up putting a cast on my right. This was August, okay, the dead of summer 2016. Yes. And it was August 26th. Scuba says, do you come from a land down under? Thunder, can't you hear the thunder? You better. Oh, I know that song. Yes. That's a good one. The land of thunder. That's a good song. Yes, Will is jamming. That's right. So anyway, I had a cast on my knee, all the way up to my knee, a purple cast on my right knee. So I could not drive, okay, to work. So the day that, and at the time, my ex was, of course, he was in another state doing his so-called rodeo stuff, right? So I had to Uber it. I had to Uber it to the what do you call it? To the doctor to put my cast on my leg, on my leg, purple cast on my leg. So I couldn't bend my knee. All I had was a stupid cane, and I got to the surgeon place or whatever, the doctor, to put the cast on my leg, right? So he put a purple cast on my leg and sent me on my way, and I had to call an Uber to come pick me up. Well, I had to crawl in the back of this Uber because back from the back seat, and I couldn't bend my leg. Okay, so I had to literally slide myself backwards in the back seat of an Uber car. Okay, I hope you're all listening. Okay, don't leave me. And there was these two ladies that were sitting in the front in the Uber car, right? And they were both helping each other to figure out how to get me home. And I don't even know. I'm surprised I made it home. Okay, seriously, I was a little bit worried. Well, they pull up in the driveway at my house. I slide Lindy, you're the size of a little kid. Yeah, well, I slid in the back. I had to slide backwards in the back of the cars because I couldn't bend my knee because I had the purple cast on my right leg. So I couldn't drive either. But I still had to work because they put me on light duty. They put me on, light duty or whatever. So I still had to work and had my leg elevated the whole time or whatever, on a little step stool. So anyway, I was looking down at there's a car down there. I'm looking out the window. I don't know who that is. I don't have anybody come visit me besides my family. So anyway, I had the girls drop me off, the Uber drivers, whatever, drop me off, and I walked in the house. Then my phone goes off, right? And the gal goes, "Oh, you forgot to pay us." And I'm like, "No, I didn't." And nobody's knocking. Who's that knocking at my door? Somebody's knocking. Should I let him in? Lord, it's the devil. Would you look at him? Is that how the song goes? Am I good? Is that good? You like that, Will Fly? We could just do karaoke all night. I don't care. But yeah, so the gal tells me, I didn't let her in the house, but she said, "Hey," she goes, you forgot to pay us." But I'm like, no, because when you guys Uber, you have to pay ahead. You have to do it ahead of time, right? You have to pay for it on your phone. And so I said, "No, I already paid for it. Check your phone, whatever." Well, as soon as they left, I got in the house. I got a hold of the Uber customer service, and there wasn't the number one. There's only supposed to be one driver. Okay, so and there were two in the front seat, and that one in the front seat was not a the passenger, like somebody she just picked up. She claimed she was training her. So anyway, they got in trouble, and they actually Uber are actually refunded my money. So that could have really been a scary situation, right? And so I'm just glad that nothing happened worse. Here I'm sitting in the back. I'm in the back seat with a purple cast. That could be a song, right? Sitting in the back seat with a purple cast on my leg. I wanted purple for my cast. So anyway, that's one of my stories. Yes. And I had to do this for 6 weeks, people. 6 weeks. No fun at all. No fun at all. And I had some weirdos, man. I'd have to go to the grocery store. I'd have to have somebody Uber. I have to Uber it to the grocery store. So things like that you take for granted, right? Just doing everyday things, and then you can't. I had to Uber it to work. That got expensive, and my work didn't pay for it either. They didn't pay for the Uber either. They paid for the accident because they knew it was their fault. But you know how they put the cameras on and everything to see what happened. So anyway, anybody else have any Uber stories in there? Anybody else? Or we'll just go right on with something else here. So let's do trains and planes, all right? I hate that song. What song do you hate, Tony? What song do you hate? Let's see, I'm looking at all my notes. I'm pulling my notes here so we can, we'll do some trivia. Let's see, there's something really funny that I read today too. Okay, Molly's trying to knock my laptop in my lap. So the trains and planes, automobiles. Okay, trains. Let's talk trains. The first train, full-scale working railway steam locomotive in a Welsh mining town, was actually invented February 21st, 1804. Did you know that? So we're playing Did You Know That? Did you know that? Okay. We're doing trains, planes, automobiles. Okay. So we're doing trains. It said the first train that was made was 1804 was invented. And it was in a Welsh mining town. It was a steam locomotive. I didn't know that. Did you guys know that? Did you know that? The oldest steam locomotive, 1813. So they had a name. You know what they named the oldest locomotive, which was in 1813. 1814 is when the first locomotive came. Everybody's doing the locomotion. Come on, baby, do the locomotion. Come on. If you don't like that song, you cannot be my friend, okay? We could do locomotion song. See? I can do songs. We don't need no parachute. Skydive naked from an airplane. Oh, good Lord. That'll never happen. No way. I love that locomotion song. Tony, see ya. That'd be awful cold. Skydiving in the nude? Oh, God. I don't know. No, I don't. I think that would be a no for me. I don't think I could hang on. It would be like toilet paper in the wind or something. That's how I would look like. Munchkin says my bat wings would keep me in the air. Your bat wings. That's so funny. Yeah, so the locomotion. That's a good song. What year did the locomotion come on? That was such a cute song. You gotta swing your hips now. Jump up, jump back. Yep. Linda would float down like a sheet of paper. Yep. Yeah, I would, Munchkin. I would. Has anybody ever rode a train before? Have y'all ever been on a train? Tell me if you've been on a choo-choo train before. Will Fly says, but before I could get to the station in my pickup truck, she got run over by a down train. Why do you drink? Why do you roll smoke? Why must you sing a song that you wrote? The original or the Grand Funk Railroad cover? Oh, I have that. I still have that album, Grand Funk. Oh my gosh, yes. I still have that album. Grand Funk Railroad. They were the best. Munchkin says, yes, we took a train to DC. Very cool. Do you know what the name of the steam locomotive was? The very first. Now, you guys got to listen now because I'm going to throw little clues in here. And then at the end, you're going to have to guess what the word of the night is. Okay. So I'm just reminding you. All right. And I just got to let everybody know I'm Paramount USA and you're at Lindy's Treehouse. And it's Thursday night, Thankful Thursday. And I'm just thankful to have y'all here. I got all my chatters in the house. We're doing songs. We're talking trains. We're going to talk planes. We're going to talk automobiles tonight. I love that movie too, Trains, Planes, Automobiles. I just thought it'd be fun to talk about different things. Train, train, take me out of this town. There you go. And what was the other one? Well, let me see. Midnight. Oh, yeah. Okay. So let's do this. Name some songs that have train in it. I'm going to say Midnight Train to Georgia. That is a classic. So give me some songs. Oh, give me some songs. I'm dropping my notes. Give me some songs with train, with the train word train in it. Yep, Midnight Train to Georgia. That's a good one, Will. Yeah. What's another one? What's another good one? Midnight Train to Georgia. He's leaving on a train to Georgia. And then they always do the little chorus in the back. Crazy Train. Oh, that was a good song too, but now I can't remember how to sing it. Crazy Train, that's right. Yeah. Okay, I got another one. It's a country song. Tuesday's Gone. Yes, I got another country song with train in it. Don't go riding on that old black train. Remember that song? There is victory in the Lord, I say. Yep. Man with the sexy voice. Yes. Will Fly says all aboard. What's another one? Oh, I know. My baby likes to rock it like a boogie woogie choo-choo train. Oh my goodness. Did you hear Molly? She said, Mom, stop singing. She don't like my singing. Oh yeah, good one, Will Fly. Peace Train. Yeah. That's a good song too. You guys are doing great. I'm loving this. Yeah, that's a cool song. Who sang Peace Train? Who sang that? Munchkin said, damn, I haven't heard Boogie Woogie Choo-Choo Train in a while. Yeah. It's funny because when I was listening to it one day, I used to sing it to my niece when she was just a little thing. And when she would sing that song, we would sing that song together. She was only like 4 years old. But little did I know what the choo-choo train, what that song means, right? Cat Stevens, yes. I love Cat Stevens. Yeah, he's got some good songs. Soul Train, but that's a show. That's good though, Tony. Yeah. Soul Train. Yeah, I remember that. I used to watch that. Yeah. Did you all used to watch Dick Clark? What was the name of the show on Dick Clark? Little trivia. Dick Clark. What was it? What was it? I can't remember now. You could watch on black and white TV. Munchkin. It's coming around the bend. Oh gosh. So you're making me think. You got Johnny Cash. Yep. Yeah, coming around the bend. That's right. That's right. Yeah, the clouds look all weird tonight. The clouds outside look weird. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. There we go. That's right. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. A lot of good karaoke songs for Johnny Cash. But then you guys, y'all want to know what the oldest steamboat locomotive, the name of it is? Okay, you ready? They called the steamboat locomotive Puffing Billy. They called the locomotive Puffing Billy. So I had to laugh when I read this name. They called that locomotive Puffing Billy because I said it reminds me of some of the dates that I went on. Their names were Puffin Billy because they were a chain. Like I went out with a chain smoker once, and that's what reminded me of. His name would be Puffin Billy. Yes, that's what reminds me of a chain smoker, Puffin Billy. Oh my God, that was my prison name, Munchkin, and we got Puffin Tony Scott. Okay, so we're going to go right on to the next one here. But that's really funny. We're going to go on to planes. All right. So now I want to hear some. We're going to talk about planes and tell me who built the very first plane. You guys should know this. Will, you should know this. Who built the first plane, the airplane ever? Tony says, Scuba, you might make money on her. We just need to find the TV show trivia that has finished these lyrics. That's what I'm going to do next week. I'm going to, we're going to do some, we'll do some trivia nights. We'll just do all trivia all night. I think that would be fun. Big old jet had a light on laugh my ass off. I said, build or flew? Both. Tony. The first airplane. Who built the first airplane? Yes, Will Fly. Ding, 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 ding. I knew Will Fly would get it. I knew you'd get it. Yeah, I knew you'd like that. The year was 1903. The first flight, 1903, was what? What was the name of the first flight? What'd they call it? And I think it's a place where they have a fly-in, and I hear like the paramotor people talking about it all the time. That this word, the first flight, 1903, and what was the name of the plane? Anybody know the plane? Good, ding 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 ding. Will Fly, you are on it. I know you're not googling that because I know you would know this. Yes, yeah, it was Kitty Hawk. It said it flew 120 feet in 12 seconds. And it was a 4-year project. And it started 1899. Crazy, right? Crazy. Let's hear some songs that have the word plane in it. I want to hear some, I want to hear some songs. Put some songs in there that have the word plane. Plane. There's a lot of songs out there. Scuba says he's in that state. He better know or loses North Carolina card. That's true. That's true. Will Foss said they didn't really build the first plane, but they did build the first one that could maintain and sustain flight. Interesting. Midnight plane to Georgia? No, that was train. It was midnight train to Georgia. That was not midnight plane. He's on the wrong side. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. I hate to see you go. That's a good song. Can I keep going? Kiss me and cry for me. Do 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 do. That was a sad song. The jet plane. Yes. What's another song that has the word plane or jet in it? Don't know why I thought it was the Spruce Goose. That was something else. Scuba says like G6, like a G6. That's a plane, you know, Scuba said. The G6 and a G, what? Yes, big old jetliner. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, that leaving on a jet plane. That was, what was some more songs with plane in it? And where are you going, Tony? Tony's leaving us already. Did Angela and Tony left the building? I bet they're excited about getting their house, their very first house. I'm so excited for both of you, Tony and Angela. Angela, I really am. I'm very excited for you. I just want to say hi and a shout out to everybody, my listeners and my viewers. I really appreciate you, hanging out with me tonight. I'm going to stay on for a while because I have some people that jump in the chat later. I just missed Robert last week by that much when I got off the show and stuff, but it was super fun. Plus, Bill H might be back, and Bill H will be back to say hi, and Joe Adele stopped by to say hello, and I really appreciate you guys. I really do. All right, so now we're going to go to does Rockin' Man count? Yeah, I guess it could. It's a flying machine, right? Yeah. How about a song switch to jets that don't have the word plane in it? Yeah, that's cool. Give me some songs. Throw some songs out there. Benny and the Jets. Remember that? Benny and the Jets. I have that album too, Yellow Brick Road. Yes, I got that album. I remember listening to that on Saturday nights before I was going out to party. Danger Zone. Ooh. Let's see. Benny and the Jet and Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. And Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. Some good songs. Those are some good songs. So put some more in there, and then we're going to go on to automobiles. This is pretty fun, too, talk automobiles. There's a band called The Jets. Yeah, I wonder if they're still around. Coming to Arlo Guthrie is coming to Los Angeles? Really? What did he sing, Scott? What did he sing? Will Flossie got the perfect song for Dionne Warwick, Trains and Boats and Planes. I win. Oh, Dionne Warwick. She always sings sad love songs. Didn't she? Did Dionne Warwick? What do you get when you fall in love? All you get is broken hearts and trouble. That's what you get. Something like that, right? For all your trouble, I'm never gonna fall in love again. Right? You guys got me started now. You got me started. Oh, my singing. My poor neighbor downstairs, he's probably like, what the heck is going on up there? All I can hear is my screechy voice singing. Anywho, don't you hate when people say that? Anywho, Scott says lyrics from the song. Lyrics from the song. Okay. First automobile. What was the first? Now I don't want you to Google it, okay? No Googling, no cheating. Scott says coming from London, from over the pole, flying in a big airliner, chickens flying everywhere around the plane. Could we ever feel much finer? I don't remember that song. Oh my gosh. So what was the first? Do you guys know what the first automobile was? The very first automobile, what the name of it was? I was surprised when I read this. The very first automobile that was invented was built. It was actually, it was a motor wagon, German engineer in 1885, It was called the Benz patent. Yeah, the Benz. Yeah, Will flies the Benz, and Scott said Stanley Steamer. Yeah, in 1885, widely considered the first practice automobile, that the first car put into production. It was patented in 1886, unveiled a year later. And do you know how fast they used to go? Yeah, Will, he's on a roll here. How fast do you think that, and no Googling, no cheating now, okay? How fast do you think that this little Benz car, when it was first invented, how fast that it went? How many per miles? What do you think? Let's see who gets closest. Nope. Scuba said 10. Will said 9.75, 689. See if anybody gets closer. It's crazy. Can you imagine people driving that slow? Can you imagine if you drove like that down the street? Scott said 5. Will said 1. It's actually 7.5 miles per hour. That is so funny. I can't imagine driving, we get mad at people driving 50 miles an hour. Can you imagine? Scuba says, can I coast 7? That's pretty close. Yeah, 7.5 miles. Yeah, 7.5 miles is as fast as these cars used to go. Isn't that crazy? So what's the song? What's the song that came out with the Benz in it? The word Benz. What song was it, you guys? We're doing trivia. I know y'all know this. What song came out? I know I keep moving my chair. Scott won. We went over. Well, it's not really the contest yet. I'm just playing right now. Yeah, I'm just like picking your brains right now. Janis Joplin is the hint. That's right. Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? That's right. That's all the words I know. I don't remember the rest of it. That's right. Scuba says, do you want to ride in my Mercedes, boy? There you go. There's some good songs out there with Mercedes. Mercedes? You say Mercedes? Mercedes. I actually, there was a gal I used to work with. Her name was Mercedes, but we called her Mercy. Lord, won't you buy Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must say amen. There you go. Good job. Scuba says, geez. Okay, so we're going to move it right along here. All right. I still cannot get that word out of my head with that choo-choo train. With what did I was going to call it? What did I call it? Puffing Billy. I think that's hilarious. I guess that would make sense. Called locomotion, right? The locomotion or whatever. Puffin Billy. All right, so we're going to go. Yeah, Puffin Billy. Thank you, Munchkin. I just think that's really funny. Like I said, it reminds me of one of my dates. Puffin Billy. Yes, chain smoker Billy. Okay, so we're going to go on to the next one. How many have y'all ever rode in a station wagon? Because we're talking station wagons. Have you ever drove in a station wagon before? I did when I was growing up. I rode in a station wagon. You did? You did? Oh, wow, look at this. Yeah, I rode in a station wagon. Like, you could put the back seat down. They had the seat where you could face the back of the car, right? So you could see the people make funny faces. Facing the back window. Yeah, and you could, and the seat went down. Like when my dad, we would all go to the drive-in, and I'm sure everybody growing up used to go to the drive-in, and my dad would put the seat down or whatever with the blankets and pillows, and we watch the movies or whatever. It's pretty cool. Going on vacations, we all wanted to sit in the back. I don't even know Did that back window go down? I don't remember if the back window ever, because I thought, wow, it would get kind of warm in there, back there. So you're saying your dad hid you in the back? Yeah, me and my sisters, I think we sat way in the back. We loved sitting back there, looking out the back window. Okay, so it said that the first station wagon emerged in 1910. Will Fly says, Paramama, I like your cow intergender hat. How many do you have? Just this one. I wish I had more. I love this hat. I think I bought a Boot Barn when I was in I was still in Arizona, and I would shop at Boot Barn. That's where I got it. It's kind of those hats, one size fits all or whatever. And yeah, I like it. But I've got this one, and then I've got cow gender hat, intergender hat. That's funny. My cowgirl hat. Yeah, my cowgirl hat. I've got several cowboy hats, but this is my favorite one. It's my favorite. So the last station wagon was in. So the last what? Okay, it says they had that the station wagon had custom wood bodies on it. Do you remember that? I don't remember if my mom's station wagon had custom wood. Will Fly says, wait, I've seen you wear different hats. Oh yeah, I got lots of hats. I do, Will Fly. I got all different cowboy hats. Some I just have put away because I don't want to. Some I have like autographs on my hat from when I used to travel the rodeo, and I have all the cowboys on my hat, all the famous cowboys and stuff would, sign my hat and everything. So it depends on my mood, what hat I want to wear. But I still have a lot of my hats from before. Will Fly said they call those woodsies the ones with the fake wood on them. Yes. And it says here, custom wood bodies. And do you remember what company made those station wagons? You know what company it was that made the station wagons when they first came out? I think it's called, and nobody, don't Google it. You can't cheat. Might even have real wood. I don't know. Do you remember what company came out with the station wagons? The very first company. It was it was Ford. It says Ford, and then it said the last station wagon was in 2020 Buick Regal Tour X. That's right, you got that part right, Buick. The last full-size station wagon was a Chevrolet Capri and a Buick Roadmaker, discontinued in 1996. Is that crazy? God, 1996. I don't remember that. Yeah, I guess so. I guess it was Roadmaster. Okay. I guess it was discontinued then. Gosh, I had a lot of fun. I really did tonight, just going through all these little fun facts and all that. I know some of you were not here last week when I did the show. So let me see. So I'll go back on some old trivia. Let's see if I can find it here. Let's see. Okay, so we got some fly-ins coming up too. I saw this. The Corn Buzzards fly-in is June 12th to the 15th in Palmyra, Illinois. So that looks like pretty fun. I don't know if they had it, if the Corn Buzzards was last year or not. And then they're working on the Holland, Michigan fly-in in June. They're trying to get get the LZ approved, where the old airport where they used to have their fly-ins. There's so much going on over there, and the neighbors have to vote on it and everything else if they want that to keep it an LZ, apparently. So we'll see on that. I've only been there once, and that was in 2018 when I flew back to Michigan, and my sis lives right by the Holland Airport, and that's where I met Doug Martin, right, and in person, all that. So let's see. I'm trying to find here because I did some stuff last week, and a lot of you were not here. So okay, you guys, you gotta. Okay, here's some funny facts. Okay, we're gonna read some funny facts. Let's see. Did you know that? I think we talked about toads last week, but some of you weren't here. Do you know that you wouldn't think that the pinky toe, TOE, is important, right? But it actually helps your foot balance. Did y'all know that? The pinky toe helps for foot balance. The pinky toe and your big toe help keep your balance. I never even thought about that. If you didn't have either one of them, right, how would you stand up if you didn't have the pinky toe and the But why does it hurt so bad when you stub your toes? Yep, Scuba says I broke mine. Yeah, why does it hurt so bad when you stub your toes, especially on the coffee table and stuff? That hurts. That really hurts. Gosh. Very painful, very painful. And it says toe history. Old English word to digit of the foot. So a digit, they call the toe a digit. The Old English. Isn't that funny? They call it a digit. Yes. Will Flies, the next line for me is Moonshiners, July 29th to August 3rd. So did you know that, okay, here's some more toe fun facts, okay? Do you know that your feet have 250,000 sweat glands in your feet, making them one of the sweatiest parts of the body? Like, ew, pinky toe equal furniture finder. Yes. I remember, have you ever stepped on a nail? I did that one year when I had my little farm. And I had boots on, and I stepped on a roofing nail. And if y'all know what the roofing nail looks like, it got me. It went right through my foot, right through my boot, and I ended up having to go get a tetanus shot. How many have had tetanus shots before? Those hurt. I think you're supposed to get one is it still true you're supposed to get a tetanus shot every 10 years? Is that true? Or did they stop doing that? Is tetanus shot, what? I don't even know what's in a tetanus shot, but I know I had to have one a couple times. I had it when I stepped on the roofing nail. That was really painful. You don't want to step on a nail. And I think another time when I was riding my horse, when I had my farm, and we had went riding in the mountain preserve, and we're coming back into the backyard, and it was a very narrow fence. Scott says last time I would have had one was as a kid, and we went through this little gate. Right, me and my horse went through the gate, and went through this little gate area or whatever to get in the yard, and my knee scraped on the side, and it was rebar, and a piece of rebar was sticking out, and I still have that scar, and it hurt. Will Flash, I think I had one about a year ago. Yeah, and then there was another time when 2009, maybe it was like 2000. Let's see, 3, 4. I'd say 2003. Okay. I fell out of bed and I smacked my head. I went to I because the end of my bed, right at the end of I had a small bedroom, so at the end of my bed, I get up. It was such a small room or whatever. So to get out of bed, I had to literally slide across the bed to the front of the bed, right? Not the back of the bed, the front of the bed, just get off the bed. And I went to shut the door, and I missed the door, and I fell on the floor, and I smacked my head, and I had to go and get stitches. And I remember getting a tetanus shot that time too. So I've had my share of scars, whatever, and tetanus shots or whatever, because they hurt. But I didn't know, your feet have all those sweat glands in it. And it says, do you know that each toe has 3 bones, but big toe has 2? I didn't know that. See, little fun little trivia. Keeping it light here, There's been so much going on. And so last week we were talking about like animal facts. Will Fly, so just Google tetanus. It says that it's called lockjaw. Didn't know that. Me neither. Yeah, me neither. All I know is really painful. But I was reading here. Can you imagine if this was humans? This was funny. And I saved this because I knew y'all be back to listen to this. And I thought that you guys would think it was really funny. Do you know female ferrets die if they do not mate once they go to eat? What? Female ferrets die if they do not mate once they go to eat. Do you know what? I would be dead a long time ago. I would be so dead. Yeah, a long time ago. True. I'm just reading the fun facts. Munchkin said, yes, that's why you have to get them fixed. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because Munchkin, you like ferrets, huh? You wanted a ferret. I had no idea that was true. I think that was funny because when I read that, I was like, I'd be dead a long time ago. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt about that. Okay. And did you know that only half a dolphin's brain sleeps at a time? So do you mean like when humans go to sleep then too, that only half your brain goes to sleep and the other one stays awake? And Munchkin said she had a ferret and his name was Chewy. Oh, that's cute. I think, who had a ferret when I was growing up? Oh, I'm sure the neighbors down the street, the boys had they had all these animals in the basement. And I think they had a ferret. She said, do you know killer whales are dolphins and not whales? Are they really? Wow. I didn't know that, Munchkin. That's a good fact finder. That's really good. How much do you think a blue whale weighs? I know we talked about this last week, Scott, because Scotty was here, but a lot of you weren't here. So I'm reading some of the fun facts from last week. Yeah. So how much do you think a blue whale, how much they weigh? Let's see who can get close. If I can give something away. And hopefully Scuba guesses it, because Scuba, he hasn't. I know Scuba wants a koozie. Yes. So we're going to do a little trivia, and then whoever wins gets to pick their favorite koozie or these cool Airhead socks. But you can't win unless you have to play to win. Okay. You can't. How does it go? You can't win if you don't play. So Munchkin said 5 tons. I don't know what 5 tons is, but yeah, there's, maybe you guys can guess it. Let's see. Boy, I don't think keep thinking about that. So many people. I want those Airhead socks. I know you do. Well, you have to win it. You have to win it. So, we're gonna do some trivia, a little bit of trivia here. Let's go back. Let's go back in time. Okay. Let's see. What else did I talk about? Oh yeah, last week I was also talking about. Let's see. Scuba says, okay, Munchkin says 10K pounds is 5 tons. Okay. Oops, I lost my page. Hold on. Hold on. I'm all over the place here. Okay, I got it. Scuba says 6,400 pounds. 6,400. That's a little bit too high. 6,400 is a little bit too high. You got to go. Just the number. I'm just looking at the numbers, what they said or whatever here. For how many pounds or whatever, because I want somebody to win. Will Fly said 5,000 pounds. That's still too high. Keep going. So you got to go a little bit. You got to go lower. See who guesses it. We'll see who guesses it. Scuba says, "Damn, this is a blue whale now." Okay, it's a blue whale. So Will Fly says 4,000 pounds. And that, you got to go a little bit lower. I know somebody's going to get it. You got to go a little bit lower. Okay. Scuba says, wow. See, I make you think, because I'm not going to give it. Look at Will wants those socks. Okay, what did you say, Will? Okay, Munchkin said 3,500. Will said 36. Okay, so the answer is 290,000 to 330,000 pounds. So, wow, look at Will Fly and Munchkin. You guys are really close. Yeah, it says a blue whale weighs 290,000 to 330,000 pounds. Will Scuba says, say that answer again. It says 290,000 to 330,000 pounds. It says that so Scuba says we are way off. Yeah. So what did you say, Will? What did Will say? Can't be that much. 290 to 3. You were telling us lower, not higher. Sorry. Well, 290 to 330 pounds. That's what it said. All right. I'm going to make it real easy. I'm doing the trivia here, okay? So now we'll do something a lot easier, okay? All right. Let's see who guesses it first, okay? All right. What movie did the let's see who gets it first. What movie did the famous alligator, what was the name of the movie that the famous alligator was in? Yeah, Munchkin, you were the closest. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I wrote it wrong or whatever. Billy Madison, Puffin Billy. Scuba got it right. Happy Gilmore. Good job. All right, Scuba. You win. What do you want? What do you want me to send you? You want a, damn it, wrong Sandler movie. Scuba wins. Yay, Scuba. Scuba's been wanting, you want socks? You want the socks? Okay. Congratulations, Scuba won the socks. Will Fly says, if you get those socks, I'll never talk to you again. There's more, Will Fly. There's more. Okay. I bought more than just one pair. Okay. Scotty won his last week. You guys weren't here. Scotty won his pair of socks last week. So, and he just got his in the mail. So congratulations, Scotty. And Scooby-Doo, congratulations. You are getting a pair of Airhead socks. And you know what's cool? These are super soft. So I stocked up on my bubble wrap, mailers and stamps and everything, so I can get all this, get these out to everybody. Start sending out koozies and every time I go to the dollar store or whatever, I look to see little things I can pick up. So it's pretty fun. We are all a bunch of airheads. No, you guys, I have so much fun. I really, I'm just glad you're all here tonight. And, I can't thank you enough. And all my listeners, and of course, my chatters and the chat room that come on every week. I'm going to say shout out to Shane Robbins and Shaney. Hope you're doing well. We love you. Okay, Shane, we love you. We're always here for you. Will Fly says my AS is heading down to the dollar store tomorrow. He's mad. Now Will's mad because he has to he's got to buy these now. I didn't even know that the dollar store, my Dollar Tree had these, the Dollar Tree. I didn't even know they had them. I just kind of walked and I saw the cool socks and then I saw these and I was like, heck yeah, I'm going to get these in for my show. So I'm always excited to give things away. And I am. I'm going to go back and see what else I can find. See what other good stuff, little goodies I can find to give away. It's super cool. But I have to thank my viewers and watchers and all that stuff watching me tonight. My views keep getting better, even though people don't jump on the chat much. I still and I'm staying on just a little bit because maybe Bill H will jump on and say hi. I know he said he was flying and all that. And that's good. I'm glad he's having some decent weather because are you getting a lot of rain over there you're in South Carolina, right? Will's in South Carolina because I know getting a lot of storms and all that. Speaking of storms, I was talking last week on my show because I walked to the Bayfront. Oh, you're North Carolina. Okay. I walked, I do my walks to the Bayfront and you know how I like to go by that little area where I take pictures on Facebook of that swampy area and they got the bridge and you go down the bridge and then there's a river on the other side, a little lake, a miniature lake, a mini lake on the other side of the bridge or whatever. Well, I always like to go, take some cool pictures because I think the swamps are beautiful in their own way. They really are. And when I walked up there, I was shocked, you guys. And it's on Facebook or whatever. Some of my pictures are on Facebook that I took. I was shocked when I walked over to the swamp. I couldn't go down on the bridge because it was flooded. The ice storms took its toll on the trees that used to circle around the swamp area. And the tree was totally uprooted and laying in the water. And I was just super sad. But I know they'll get it cleaned up and Mother Nature will come back. If you guys look on Facebook, I've got a picture of right outside my window when we had the ice storm. Hey, Leslie, what's going on? That's my daughter-in-law. Everybody say hi, Leslie. She's the best. I love her so much. Everybody say hi, Leslie. She's my daughter-in-law. I have the best relationship with this girl. I tell you what, we are two peas in a pod, me and Leslie. We really are. I'm glad that you jumped on, Leslie. Yeah, that's my daughter-in-law. She's the best. She is the best. Everybody say hi, Leslie. And it is Memorial Weekend too. Yay, there Munchkin said hi. Yeah, so I took pictures outside my window and yesterday, and it's Mother Nature. It's beautiful. It's all green again. Everything's growing back. The trees are all green. It looks so pretty now. It's amazing, right? Like months ago, the ice storm just took its toll on everything. So, yeah, like I said, Munchkin said Will is busy planning his sock purchasing trip. How sad is that, Munchkin? Oh my God. Will is all butthurt. He's all butthurt. He keeps saying, just send me the socks. Well, you got to win it. You got to win it. So I'm glad Scooby-Doo won something. Yeah, pretty cool. Will Fly, didn't you win you won a koozie, right? A while back? I think Will won a koozie. I love my chatters. You guys know that I'm all over the place when I do this stuff. We'll fly on the phone with therapists now. Be right back. Seriously. Oh my gosh, he's devastated. He needs somebody to talk to. I can't believe that Scooby won the socks and not me. That's so funny. Well, maybe they will have the socks there. Hey, Ryan, Metro Man. Look at Ryan, my son Ryan. He's in the chat too. Everybody say hi to Ryan. See, I knew there was a reason I'd stayed on a little bit later because I know that they go to bed early. He said, "What's up, Mom?" Hi, Nitro Man. I love you. I tell you what, Leslie and my son are my angels, you guys. I tell you what, I would be lost without them. And they would be lost without my, let's see, Munchkin says, Scuba says that is what you get for hanging out with Kyle without him. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Bad apples. Love you too, son. I'm so glad that you you and Leslie jumped in the chat tonight. I love you bunches, you guys. Of course I do. And this is Ryan. This Nitro Man is Ryan. This is Robert's younger brother. And I thought Robert would jump in the chat. It's 9:30 right now. So for him, it's 6:30. And so, yeah, that's right. Ryan is Robert's younger brother. His other bro. Yeah, that's his younger bro. Yeah. Ryan lives close by me. Robert lives in San Diego. So, yeah. So it feels good. I have my son close by. And I've just, it's nice. It's really nice. The last few years, we've just been really catching up on things, right? Because from all that time that we lost being apart, me being in Arizona, it's really special. And that's why I don't take any days for granted. The more time that I spend a lot of my week, my Sundays at Ryan and Leslie's, and Ryan always asks me to stay for dinner, or I invite myself, of course, because, that's what moms do. I'll just say, what's for dinner? And a lot of times Ryan will say, hey, Mom, you want to stay for dinner? So he's an awesome cook. But yeah, we always have a good time. We always have a good time hanging out. I love their kitties. They got 2 kitty cats, and they're my grandkitties and all that. So I'm very blessed. I'm so glad that, I'm glad Ryan and Leslie jumped in the chat. I forgot, you guys said you were going to stop by. So that's pretty cool. That makes me happy. Yeah. So anybody listening right now, if you're just getting off of work and just jumping on or whatever, jump in the chat, say hi. I'm Paramount USA, and this is Lindy's Treehouse. That's why the name fit, because, living upstairs, right? So upstairs apartment, it's my treehouse. And I love it up here. It all worked out, been here since 2021 is when I moved into my apartment in September of 2021. So that those years go by fast. And yes, I'm very blessed. I love it up here. I feel safe. I've got some great neighbors. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yes. So all you listening and everything, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification, so you don't miss a show. My show is just we just talk about life. We talk trivia things, different facts of different stuff. We all, Walter. Hi, Walter from Australia. We all know that it's tomorrow already because Walter's in the house. Sugar. He said, hi, I'm Paramount USA. No, you are. We know you are. Hi, chatters. Walter's in the house. Everybody say hi, Walter. Walter, you doing okay over there? I saw a lot of flooding. There's a lot of floods going on over there. Good thing I stayed on for a little bit because we get the stragglers come in. I hope you didn't get flooded, Walter. I saw that on the news. There was a lot of floods in Australia right now. Are they close to you, the floods? Shiga? Just wondered. Make sure be safe. Gosh, be safe. Yeah, I'm going to, like I said, I'm not going to go to the fly-in this year. I was going to go, but like I said, I don't trust the weather. And, because you don't know, because I know like I said, John Wayne's in the house. Hey, cowboy. Welcome. Hi, John. I'm so glad you're here. You guys make me just feel so loved. You really do. You really do. I'm glad that everybody's stopping by to say hi. We had fun tonight. Congratulations to Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo won some Airhead socks tonight, John. He sure did. So I'm going to get some socks out to Scooby-Doo. And Scooby-Doo has a show on Friday night, Scuba Babes. It's pretty cool. What's going on, John? How are you doing? How's the wifey doing? Hope she's doing okay. So I have so many people to pray for. I'm just so thankful for, I want you to make sure you put a heart and an American flag in the chat tonight because, this is Memorial Weekend and Bill H was flying. I know I was hoping, I was kind of waiting to see if he'll stop in the chat and say hi. John Wayne said heading out to Dollywood. Oh, wow. Where's Dollywood at? Is that in Louisiana? Where's Dollywood? I would love to go there. That'd be fun. Where is that at? I love Dolly Parton. She's a beautiful soul. I love her. I really do. I think Dolly's awesome. Yeah, let's not forget Memorial Weekend. We have for honoring and mourning the men and women who died while serving in the U.S. military. And it's also time for reflection, too. Oh, East Tennessee, okay. God bless the people that are no longer with us that fought in the military. The men and women who fought in the military. That's what Memorial Weekend is all about. I used to, when I was in Arizona, every Walter Peoria says Kenwood. What's Kenwood? Was that where the flood is or something? Kenwood? Walter? I used to visit every year I would go in Arizona, I would go and visit the Veterans Memorial Cemetery. And I'm going to put a picture on Facebook this weekend. There was a picture of me at the memorial cemetery, National Cemetery. Pretty sad. pretty pretty surreal, you know, like walking, just there was thousands of flags, you know, and all kinds of what do you call it? I'm trying to think when you go to the cemeteries and stuff, plots, cemetery plots, and everything, and very. I remember it was, you know, being outside and the wind was blowing and the flags were just blowing in the wind. It was so quiet, and I went around. I was reading some of the things, and it was pretty sad. Scott says they're talking about Dolly Parton. I like Dolly Parton. But yeah, let's not forget what Memorial Day is all about, right? Because do you know how Memorial Day started? How I initiated it? How it started? The holiday started. The Memorial Holiday. It's originated in the years following the Civil War, and initially called Decoration Day, and became a federal holiday in 1971. Who would have guessed that, right? It became a federal holiday in 1971. I didn't know that. So there's a little trivia for you. There is a little trivia. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. But I'm just so glad that everybody stopped by tonight. We talked about all kinds of things tonight, and I thought the trains and planes and automobiles was kind of fun because we could, you know, guess what songs, how many songs have trains in it, how many songs have planes in it, and then and the Cars or whatever. Well, remember there was a group called the Cars. Remember? What was that one song? Baby, you can drive my car. Baby, I love you or whatever. I don't know what the name of that song is, but I'm just, you know, pretty cool. Pretty cool. But I'm just glad that you all stopped by tonight. I'm going to probably call it a night here pretty soon. Let me know what y'all doing this weekend. Are you going to barbecue on Monday, or I'm going to go to my us? What? Us. What does that mean, Will Fly? U.S. Oh, U.S. Yeah. Can you put a heart and a flag in the chat? You know, for the crap, we need to buy meat. Oh, see? Yeah, you better get to the grocery store. Yeah, I'm going to my son's on Sunday. Munchkin ripping up a walk away and making scuba girl. There you go. Will Fly US. I like that, Will Fly. Yes. Real quick, if we can just have a moment of silence. I like that. Yes. I know for some reason when I tried to put the American flag on here one time, you know, with the heart, it wouldn't let me do it. I let me put the heart, but it wouldn't let me put the flag on. It's so weird. Yeah. John Wayne said, hey, Will Fly, Scuba Walter, Munchkin, Scott. Thanks, John, for stopping by. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to my son's gonna barbecue on Sunday, so I'm gonna go over their house on Sunday. I love them so much. Ryan and Leslie, they're my life. They really are. Heaven help the guy that if I ever meet somebody, heaven help them, because they're gonna have to go through Ryan and Leslie first. They're gonna have to get their approval for sure. You know. So it's pretty fun. That's good, John. Enjoy Dollywood. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So Walter, are you okay with the floods? That's all the flooding there. Just wondering if everything's okay. I'm like I said, I'm going to I won't be going to the fly-in this year, but it's okay. It's not worth the risk. Leslie said, no. What do you mean, no? Leslie said, no. Yeah, I already talked to Ryan. Me and Ryan talked, and I decided I'm not going because nobody's going to be there. That my friends, my closest of friends, are not even going to be there. Dating. Yeah, no dating again. Oh, yeah. Yep. Leslie said no dating again. That's right. She knows I'm not ready. She knows. Yeah, she knows my heart. She knows I'm not ready. I know, Leslie. I thought you were saying something else. Nitro Man said I have to go to bed. Good night. Love you. Love you too. Everybody say good night to Nitro Man. I love that name too. That's cool. Yeah. Good night, you two. Get your rest. I know you got to work in the morning. Not like retired people like me. Yeah, I tell you what, when I walked, when I did all that walking yesterday, Will Fly said you shouldn't go to meet new friends and to promote your show. Yeah, I know, Will, but it's kind of hard. Because if I go by myself, because Leslie would have, we already had planned, Leslie was going to take me and drop me off for the day. Well, the people that I thought were going to be there aren't going to be there. And yes, Leslie said she agrees with Will. Should go meet new friends. And yeah, if I could just see me walking in there by myself with my chair and my little cooler and looking around like, who am I going to hang with? Because there's like I said, there's the people that usually are there are not going to be there this year. And yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Leslie said, be brave. Gosh, I wish I had somebody to go with. I mean, if Leslie would go with me and just hang with me, at least I'd have somebody to sit around with. Gosh, yeah, I just be brave. What am I gonna say? Walk up there? Can I sit with you? At least I knew that Keith and Kat were there last. At least I knew Keith and Kat were going to be there last week, and that I knew there was somebody to sit with. This time, it's like I'm going to walk there, and I don't know who's really going to be there. I just know who's not going to be there, and so I don't know. Like I said, the weather's going to be kind of weird, and I know I have one day to decide, but I don't know. As much as I want to get up in the air, Will Fly, when sometimes you go to these fly-ins and then the weather changes, just like when you're up in the air starts getting all weird when it was okay before. And I'm seeing that it's going to be all raining in the mornings. And and then I don't know. And then it'll be in the 50s, right? It'll be like 57 or something like that. It's supposed to be. That's how cold it's going to be or whatever. So Leslie said, I meant to promote shows. I meant to promote shows. Yeah, everybody would know me by Paramount USA. So I don't know. I'll put on Facebook, see who else is going. I don't know. Maybe I'll hang with Jeremy. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going there or not, but I'll let you guys know. Will Fly said, easy to talk yourself out of going. Still think you should go, though. I know, Will. I know. Everybody wants me to go. Everybody wants me to go. So I don't know. I'm stressing about it. And I shouldn't be stressing about it. Silly. But you know how it goes, Will. You know how it is. You have to decide. Scuba, you will beat yourself up later. Scooby-Doo, you're right, Scooby-Doo, probably. Scott says, go have fun. Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me. You're all killing me. Y'all killing me. Everybody's, see, now people are going to jump in the chat. Do it. Go. Go. I know I messaged Justin Fox, and he was pretty excited to take me up in the air. So, he's like, I'd love to take 7-year-old up in the air. Will Fly says, I'm going to beat Scoob up later for stealing my socks. Poor Will Fly. There's always next week, Fly. They make more because I still have another couple pairs, I believe, of this. Like I said, Scotty won his last week. So poor Scotty, though, with his broken ankle. So I don't know. I have to yearly flight. Don't miss it, Walter said. Scott said, I would help you, Will, but I got a broken ankle. I don't know. I don't know. If I go, it'll be towards towards closer to when I'm going to go up in the air, so it'll be late. I'd rather go like later, like, I don't know. Because they said they take them up right before sunset. So let's say the sun sets at 8:30. So I'm thinking, what, 7 o'clock? They would take me up 7 o'clock. It wouldn't be till like 7 or something, right? Um, depending on how the air is and the wind and all that. And that's the thing that I was worried about too, is the wind. So I don't know. I have to really think about it. I really do. We'll get some new socks. Good day, pal. That's what Walter said. Get some new socks. Yeah, they are cute, though. They're really cute. I'm glad that you won it, Scooby. There's always next week, Will. Okay? There's always next week. I can't just send them to you, Will. You have to win it. You got to win it. So, yeah. So Scooby gets a pair of socks. So with closing, we've got shows during the week. And we got Tuesday night hangout with Will Fly and Shane and Nick J. That's always a fun show. Always lots to talk about on there. And then we have Lindy's Treehouse on Thursday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, where we just we do trivia stuff, and I'll start doing a little more trivia stuff. It'll be fun. I have to get more, what do you call it? I'm trying to think of the word. I have to expand my horizons here in the show. Scooby-Doo, how do you do? That's funny. And then Friday night, we got Scuba Vapes, and with this lovely hostess with the most, Munchkin. And I always enjoy watching their show on Friday night. I always look forward to it. And we all kind of help each other, and I love it that we all follow each other's shows. And I've been doing this for years and years, following everybody's show, and because I love to see people succeed. I love it. And I love to see people happy. And that's why I do this show. So that I can all hang with you. Because you guys all make my day. You really do. You make my Thursdays so much better too. Even though I don't really have any bad days. I really don't. You hear that, Scuba? Will gets the socks and I get the top side. That's what Scuba is. That's funny. Munchkin Vape Show with Scooby. That's right. And Munchkin, tibia, fibula, no tibula. Either way, ankle injuries hurt. Yeah, that hurts. That's no fun. That's like my worst nightmare. Yeah, I'll let you know if I decide to go. I'm running out of time here, right? So I don't know. I have to think if I want to go, but it would be later in the afternoon if I go. Because I don't want to sit there especially if I'm going to be sitting around by myself. I don't want to sit there all afternoon at the fly-in by myself. So, like I said, they'll usually it gets dark at 8:30. So that means usually what? When do they? Okay, everybody. So it gets dark at 8:30. I know I'm overthinking it, Will Fly. So it gets dark at 8:30. So when do they usually start? When do they usually start the people go in the air? They said, when do people start flying? I forgot. I think last year was like 5 or 6 o'clock. I think we went up in the when they took me up in the air. I think it was like 6 o'clock or something like that. So Will Fly, so glad you have insurance. I'm sure that helps. Oh yeah, with Scotty with his ankle. Yes. Yeah. Well, maybe, hopefully, do they have to do surgery, or can they just throw a boot on it? But if it's broke, then you would have to have surgery, right? They would have to put a cast on it or something. Yeah, I remember when the boys were. I don't know if maybe I was still dating their dad. Can't remember. Maybe we were married, but the boy's dad, my son's dad, my ex or whatever. I remember it was his birthday, and he went hiking with his friends. He went up, went on the mountain or whatever, went hiking on the mountain, and he hurt his ankle. And back then we didn't have cell phones yet, right? So he called me and said, and I was planning a surprise birthday party for him, right? I had a bunch of people coming over that day, and he called me and said, "Hey, I'm at the ER with my friend." He goes, "I think I broke my ankle," and I was like, "No, you can't. I just planned your birthday party. How could you do this to me?" So when you're in your 20s, you don't think about that. But I remember I was upset because he broke his ankle, and I was more worried about the birthday party, his surprise birthday party, than his ankle. So I just remember he was like, "I broke my ankle. I can't, I'm going to be late coming home," or whatever. I'm like, "Oh my God, I got all these people here, and I planned a birthday party for you. So you have to come home." I don't even know if I told him a surprise party. I just told him, "No, you need to come home now. You need to come home." He's like, "No, they need to fix my ankle first." So anyway, funny story. It did happen. So that's the last time that I remember somebody hurt their ankle or whatever. I had one of my friends. She had just got her bifocal glasses and was going down the steps and missed a step and broke her ankle that way too. So it happens, right? It happens. But it doesn't look like Robert is stopping by tonight. I'm kind of like stalling. It's almost 10 o'clock, and I know you guys gotta, especially people that are on East Coast, have to Easterns, whatever you call it, have to go to bed. So I'm going to call it a night. I want to thank you all. I always have my little speech here, my closing speech. And I want to say I'm grateful for your support. Your loyalty means the world to me. Thank you for being a part of my journey. I love you guys bunches. Like I said, I gravitate to people that love life, and always try to succeed. Always try to succeed in life, They set goals for themselves. That's the kind of people I like to be around. Positive people, right? Positive people. And so I'm just glad that you're all here tonight. And I know when I do my show and y'all love me, that I'm always all over the place. But this is how I do it, right? Right? If I scripted everything out, then it wouldn't be no fun. So I'm just really happy that everybody's here tonight, and I won't overthink it as far as going to Torchport. I know I should, but I know I'm overthinking it and if Leslie and Ryan, they know me very well that I do this. I overthink too much. I don't. So we'll see. I'm gonna look at the weather tomorrow to see what the weather is going to be on Saturday, and I'll message Justin. I'll message Justin Fox and see, what he thinks, and so because he did say he would take me up in the air on the tandem. So Justin and Alexis are going to be there giving tandem rides and stuff. So it's pretty exciting because it's a big charity thing that they do. And it is a big deal every year. It gets bigger and bigger. So we'll see. But anyway, I'm going to say good night to everybody. Thank you so much, chatters, my watchers, my lurkers. Justin and I were neighbors at Bad Apples. Oh, really? Yeah, I met Justin Will Fly. I met Justin not last year, but the year before. I got to meet him, and yeah, not last year because Keith and Kat were there, but the year before. Yeah, when Eric Lear took me up, they were there. Nice people. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Very cool people. I totally, yeah, I totally trust him. The safety and all that stuff. But I just was worried about Will Fly. I was just like worried about the weather, what it was going to do. So I guess you guys know better than me. If it's not good to go up in the air, then they won't take people up. So it's just not worth the risk and all that stuff. But I'll be back here next week, right? Next Thursday. I'm Paramount USA. This is Lindy's Treehouse. And y'all come back, jump on the chat. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button. I've got people that have been subscribing, and I just want to give a shout out to all my subscribers. Thank you so much. I couldn't do it without you, right? I wouldn't have a show without you. And last week, we celebrated my 50th show. So today is my 51st show. So that's pretty cool. So next week, I think I'll be celebrating my 1 year on the show. Night, John. Night, Cowboy. You're the best. And so I'm going to say goodnight to everybody and big hearts if you want to put hearts in the chat and all that stuff. And don't forget to watch Scuba Vapes tomorrow night. He's on at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And because I'm losing my voice now. So I'm going to say goodnight. And I will see y'all. See you on Shaney's show, right? We all jump on the chat on Tuesday nights on Shaney's show. And everybody, please be safe. Okay, be kind to each other. Say your prayers. Jesus loves you. Jesus, God keeps blessing me over and over again. He really does. Every single day. Every single day. I'm blessed with 2 sons, with Robert and Ryan, and I'm blessed. I'm living a blessed life now, and it feels pretty dang good. Pretty good. Yeah. Man upstairs takes care of me. He knows. And I know if I go to the fly-in, he'll take care of me too. So anyway, I will see you all next. I'll see you all next week. Don't forget, Paramount USA, Lindy's Treehouse, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I am going to say goodnight to y'all. And if I don't see you on the air, I'll see you in the air. Bye, everybody. Much love. Much love. Have a great Memorial weekend. Be safe. Don't forget the men and women who served for our country. God bless them all. God bless you all for your service if you're listening. And yeah, it's a pretty special weekend. So I will, I'll see you later. Okay. Bye, everybody. Night. Night, night. Night, everybody.